My guest today is the chairman of World Azerbaijanis Congress, Ajdar Tagizadeh. Welcome to our studio. Thank you. Today we will speak about drying Urmia Lake and incidents happened in Iran. First, please tell us what is the situation around Urmia Lake. Urmia Lake is drying out at present. After drying out, 10 billion tons salt will remain in the area. The people living around Urmia Lake say that dusty winds coming from Arabian Desert will spread all the salt to the surrounding area. It's dangerous not only for South Azerbaijan but also for Turkey and North Azerbaijan. It will damage the agriculture of approximately 14 billion people. The Tehran officials say that they will take measures to solve the problem. They will bring water from the Araz River. However, no action is taken. They don't do anything to get solutions. The drying out lake also affects the animals living in the lake. And you know that the Urmia Lake has been included to natural resources protected by UNESCO. Therefore, it must be protected. In one hand, Iran is interested in increasing water levels in Urmia Lake, and on the other hand, the international community is against the policy of Iran. What can be the results of that? Iran pursued wrong policy for 32 years, and now it shows its result. People in Iran protest against drying out of Urmia Lake, hold protests, and the officials arrest all of them instead of taking measures for preventing the drying out of the lake. It's considered to be an ecological disaster not only for South Azerbaijan but also North Azerbaijan. It's interesting that Iran has political aims, otherwise Iran would open artificial lakes and fill the drying out Urmia Lake with water and would solve the problem. However, it doesn't do so. Instead, it arrests the active people protesting against the drying out of the lake. What benefits would Iran take in this case? The main problem is that there is confrontation within the government. They seek benefits for only themselves. On the other hand, they pursue devastating policy against the South Azerbaijani Turks and North Azerbaijan. The essence of the regime is to pursue ruinous policy against the nation of Turks. It's dictator regime. What will Iran gain as a result of arresting the activists and torturing them and worsening the situation around Urmia Lake? Well, it shows that the regime have fears. They always have been afraid of Azerbaijani Turks. They damage culture, literature, religion of the Turks living in Iran. Now they want to damage the nation itself. They don't give the wages of nearly 800 engineers per month. Instead, they arrest and torture them and threaten them. Well, Ajdar Tagizadeh Tabriz Football Club gained a big victory in Tehran. It's interesting that the football game is also considered to be a political game. Yes, even during the game, different slogans were sounded regarding Urmia Lake. When the Turks entered the playground to watch the game, there was a discrimination against them and they were even insulted. And after they left the game, they were beaten. Others have been arrested and tortured for they protested against drying of the lake Urmia. It's also interesting that before, international community is not interested in protests happening in Iran, but now the leading international press outlets speak about Azerbaijanis. What is the reason for that, and what will be its political influence? Policy of the world has been changed, but one has remained unchanged. Its civil society struggle for democracy. Azerbaijani people living in Iran struggle for democracy. They don't fight, don't use weapons. They struggle for their religion, ecology, culture, music, language. Now they want to show that there is a nation in Iran called Azerbaijanis. They struggle for their nation. They want to live in democratic society. Several experts claim that after Syria, the same incidents would happen in Iran. What do you think about the results of this struggle? Tehran regime will be tackled. For more than 32 years, Tehran announced involved in terrorist actions and cooperated with different terrorist groups, but now it remains silent. Tehran regime wants to break down Azerbaijani Turks, but the international community knows that there is a country called Azerbaijan. More than 35 million Azerbaijanis live in Iran. There will be no any change in Iran without support from Azerbaijanis. Thus, the international community understands that Azerbaijanis living in Iran demand their rights and want to live in democracy. Thank you for the interview. My guest today was the Chairman of World Azerbaijanis Congress, Ajdar Tagizadeh. Thank you.